Mold and mice inside some homes on Travis Air Force Base. Definitely not the kind of service you'd expect for those who are serving our country. It was supposed to improve the quality of life for service members and their families, but the move to let private corporations take over housing on our military bases decades ago has led to a long list of problems. The housing at Travis Air Force Base, owned by Balfour Beatty, is no exception to what I'm talking about here tonight. Fox 40 taking a closer look at the conditions that some of our military families are living in and what federal officials are doing about it. 19 years of dedicated service, 4 deployments that saw tears and smiles at each homecoming, and then having to come home to this.
So this is by our back sliding door. It's been raining and water's been coming in and the carpet's wet.
For military spouse Lindsay Cheney and other families, their houses on Travis Air Force Base don't feel like home.
You open it, there's no self-closing anything, it just stays.
It's health and safety, fire door, the issue with the window, mold, having to pull back carpet on my own. I got so upset, I gathered towels up that were sopping wet and went into housing, and I just dropped them on the floor and I cried.
From shoddy repairs to unanswered work orders to not knowing where to turn, for Cheney, it's been 3 years of frustration.
One person says one thing, another person says another.
She created this Facebook page to voice her concern and let others know that they could do the same thing.
It's not all fun and games over here. The world needs to see what we deal with.
It's posts like these demanding something be done that finally got the attention of Washington, D.C.
Well, I am sorry. Secretary of Defense, it is your problem. We take care of our people. Really? Well, you haven't been, so get with it.
Congressman John Garamendi says our military deserves better.
I think the problem is that the issue was ignored. The base commanders had other things to worry about, and they didn't worry about the base housing. It was privatized. The private companies, always interested in the bottom line, interested in their profit.
Garamendi serves as the chairman of the Readiness Subcommittee, which basically means that he makes sure that our military members and their families have everything that they need. He had 2 hearings in D.C. about the hazardous conditions.
The Department of Defense and each of the services have been given a swift kick, and now they're working diligently to address what is a national problem.
He says a tenant's Bill of Rights is in the works. That'll give military families more protection and the same rights civilians have off base.
And they said they fixed it.
The difference is they have a legal right to withhold their rent. They can take them to court.
And Garamendi says when contracts with privatized housing companies come up for renewal,
there's going to be a rebalancing.
While federal officials at the highest level are taking steps to fix that problem, here at home, Travis Air Force Base in Balfour set up a hotline, conducted housing satisfaction surveys, and organized town hall meetings for military families to voice their frustrations.
There's another question right here.
Balfour's progress in completing work orders is now being tracked, with progress reports being sent directly to military leadership. We reached out to Balfour. They emailed us a lengthy statement, but they say they're investing in more oversight, staffing, training, and additional levels of quality control as well. And they continued to say this: the top priority for our company and all of our military property teams remains taking care of our residents and making sure they're satisfied with all aspects of their living experience with us, end quote. So changes are underway, but for Cheney, it's now a waiting game.
I just wish it would be faster. They need to go ahead and say this is done. It's got to be a safe place, secure, that we don't have to worry that when our active duty spouses go, we're okay.
And when they return, they too have a place to call home. So what happens from here? That new bill tackling this issue, recently introduced by Congressman Mark Levin, the Ensuring Safe Housing for Our Military Act, would increase accountability and oversight of privately run military housing across the nation. And this is Levin's first piece of legislation since he became a congressman.